What's up, YouTube? It's Two Time XP here, and I'm back with another video. Also, if you guys can hit the like button, also subscribe because I am doing a giveaway. Once this channel gets up to 1,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a Nintendo Switch 2. So you definitely want to be subscribed, hit the like button, and leave a comment in videos here and there just to make sure you get those extra raffle pulls because that's going to be one of the requirements to get more pools. It's just being a subscriber and also just being an active person. I feel like people should get credit for stuff like that. So that's going to be one of my ways. But more details about the giveaway will be given in a later video, probably later on this week. We're still ironing out a lot of the details. But, anyways, let's get to my review of the Poison team. Let's start with Cheshire here. If you guys have been following me this last past week and checked out my live streams, I've been playing this team a lot, the Poison team. Overall, I think they're a solid team, but I do have some things I want to point out about them. First off, with Cheshire, I think she's the overall best character of the group. I really like her a lot. She can really be a versatile character because of her kid. Even though she synergizes very well with her own poison, she also have a bleed mechanic once you get her to rank 10, and that allows her to pair with other characters like Ocean Master, Nightwing, Deathstroke, etc. So she can pair with other characters outside of the poison team, which I like about her a lot. But I've also just seen her on random sacrifice teams, for example. But she just works good. She's a good powerhouse character in her own right. I say she has a phenomenal kid. There's not a lot there's not a lot you can say bad about Cheshire. She's just a really good character. She can survive. She has everything built into her kid. A lot of players say that she's like a legendary trapped inside of an epic's body, which I also agree with. She's just very good. I have a little bit invested into my Cheshire here. She is the best attacker on my account now, and I'm really happy with her. She just works really well out the box, and her badges really make her badge makes her just even better, more busted, and I like that about her. But she can be a little bit squishy if you can get to her, but she's not. But she's very hard to get to because of her kit. She has a dodge mechanic, etc. And yeah, we'll go on to the next character. So the next character we're going to talk about is Swamp Thing. How do I feel about Swamp Thing at this point in time in the game? I have my Swamp Thing at rank 9. I've been running him with 4 pieces of HP, 2 pieces of speed. I got his badge up to 27 here. I'm also using the sticks on them. I do think that they are the best artifact currently in the game for him. I think that there could be other better artifacts if they bring out the poison artifact, but I think I would rather run that poison artifact on Penguin since he will be taking majority of the damage that's coming in. But I do like the sticks on him because he gets firm stand, and then for the whole match, he can basically have a 20% damage reduction, which helps him out a lot with survivability and stuff like that. And he's the main healer on the poison team. I like him a lot. He's not, but as a overall tank, I did not like him for a while. If you have been following me since I got Swamp Thing, I did not like him a lot because at rank 8, he wasn't doing very well. He has a good heal once he gets it off, but he was very squishy, was not surviving very well. Even now, you got a lot of players that rather run him in the back because of his tankiness isn't there. They feel like he's not there, and then the people who have invested a lot of resources into his badge, into his kit, his armor, and stuff like that, they think he's amazing. Right now, with the resources I've put into him, and I've put a decent amount of resources into him, I think I still feel he's just okay because for the amount of resources I put into him, I feel like he should be a lot better than what he's giving me. But because in certain matchups, he still outright just get killed. So hopefully when I take him to rank 10 and take his badge to 30, that'll change. But as of right now, he's just okay. I don't think he's groundbreaking. I don't think he's the best tank in the game. I still think the best tank in the game is Aquaman. That's just my preference. I like a tank that's healing, shielding, and he can take a punch or two. So Aquaman does all that. I just think that Swamp Thing, he's very good within that poison team setting, but he really needs Cheshire and Cheshire don't really need him. She don't need no man. But he's okay. He's not terrible, but he's not great either. He's just okay. The next character we're gonna talk about, we might as well just go ahead and go to Poison Ivy since she's up. Poison Ivy, I think she's a good character. I don't have anything bad to say about Poison Ivy. She has her own team strategy here. She's a very solid character. I like her kid. She can be a little bit squishy. I don't think she's anything like groundbreaking, but she's good at what she does. She's a good attacker. She really helps Cheshire eliminate people on the back row. She's the other half. She's gonna be your other main DPS. She's a very good character. I think she's a solid character. Right now, I don't have the best gear on her, and that's okay because sometimes you gotta work with what you got, and this is what I got at the moment. And she's been doing fine with just this gear. I don't have her badge up as high as I would like, but over in time, I will be getting her badge up a little bit more higher. And for the most part, she's a solid character. I don't like to try to drag things out. I like to just try to get to the point, but I definitely think she's a solid character, and her shards are easy to get. They're in the Elseworld shop, so she's not hard to farm and take to level up. Right now, I have her at rank 9. I will be taking her to rank 10, but so far she's been working pretty solid. She is a little bit on the squishier side, so just keep that in mind. She's not the most tankiest character. She can do damage, but she also has she could be squashed like a bug pretty quick. So just be aware of that. So let's get on Penguin. Penguin to me, this is one of the reasons why I would tell people not to get invest into this team, right? Unless you're gonna be all in and fully invested into the poison team, Penguin just isn't good. He just to me, he just isn't good unless you take him to rank 10 and you get his badge up to at least 20. But his badge 30 is what you really want, which allows Penguin to keep his umbrella up for the entire fight, which gives the back row a bunch of buffs and debuffs. It's just not well, mostly buffs, not debuffs, but he buffs up the back row. And he also needs to be at rank 10 because then he gets a little bit more tankier. Right out the box, I have him at rank 9. The guy is very soft. He doesn't he doesn't do a lot of damage. He's not a great tank. He's a little bit below okay right now. And you could probably say, "Hey, because I don't have anything invested into his badge." Fair enough. Maybe you'll say, "Hey, I'm rocking the wrong equipment on him." Fair enough. I get that. But I also look at characters like Jon Stewart, and I'm just like, I don't have good stuff on him at all, and he works phenomenal. So that's just how I look at things. And Aquaman was the same way. Like before I got him up to badge 20, he worked well. I mean, the badges were more like caveats, not a necessity like it is for him. But other than that, Penguin, I'm not really too impressed with him. I think he just had a buff, and I don't really see very much improvement with him. So think he may need another buff, especially HP wise, because for a tank, his HP is pretty low. And that's what I wanted to show you guys on one of the next characters. Like, okay, she's a new character. She's not even a tank, but she has more HP than him. So I definitely think there's something wrong there because I mean, how do you have a support that has more HP than a tank? It just doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's it on Penguin. I don't really have nothing good to really say about him other than he's very high investment, and unless you really want to make that investment, because he's gonna need it if you're gonna run him. All right, so let's get to Dr. Poison. Dr. Poison to me, she's a very solid character. I don't have anything bad to say about her. And as you can see, I was just talking about Penguin, and her HP is better than Penguin, and I know that the artifact does give a little bit of HP, but without the artifact, she was still doing better than he was on HP. And right now, I'm just experimenting around with her build. I'm using 4 piece heal crit and speed, put a little bit of speed on her. And I don't have very much invested into her badge because if you've been playing this game for a while now, you know that badge material is very scarce. It's not easy to get a lot of badge material, and that's one of the things we're hoping that the devs will change. And one of the future updates is adding more badge material because even if you are placing well in Crisis Watch, you're introducing so many new characters into the game that it's really hard unless you're paying money out your pocket to buy badge material out the shop, which is I don't even think is a really good fair value for money. So I really don't pay for it unless it's in one of the feature deals for one of the feature characters. I don't really buy badge material out the shop. So yeah, I just think that when it comes to Dr. Poison, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked, but when it comes to Dr. Poison, I think she's a very solid character. She has a decent passive heal, so you're not really fully dependent on Swamp Thing to heal the team up all the time, or you're waiting to get back to Swamp Thing. She kind of gives you a little bit of an insurance buffer there to say, okay, you don't have to always rely on Swamp Thing in order to survive. Maybe she'll just get you by until you get to the Swamp Thing, and he fully heals your team or give you that big heal burst that he does, which I do like about him. She's a good in between character. She helps extend the duration of poison. She makes poison hit a lot harder. She doesn't to me, she doesn't do a lot of damage because the ultimate, she doesn't really do damage. She just throws it and I guess she extends the poison for the most part. And I looked at that a couple times like, man, I noticed she doesn't do any damage when she does her ultimate. And I think unless it's bugged or something, I just never see really any damage coming from that. I think I've seen the damage come from her basic and also her advanced attack, but not really from her ultimate. So just be aware of that. I think she's a solid character, nothing groundbreaking, not a character. She's easily a character that if you're not using a poison team, you could definitely just skip over her just like I feel with Penguin, you can skip over him. If you're not going to fully invest into a poison team, you could just skip those characters, save yourself some resources, and just hold out. Because I think in like maybe what 2 3 weeks they're going to be bringing out maybe another Shield team member, and they're gonna be countering poison because John Stewart is a very hard counter to Cheshire and poison. I mean, this guy isn't affected by poison. He's not affected by the disruptor cannon. This guy is just a rock star in the game. He's like the new hotness, and that's why I said when I look at Jon Stewart compared to Swamp Thing and also Penguin, I'm like, man, there's other better options for tanks. And I'm not saying use Jon Stewart on a poison team, which I have used him on a poison team. He works very good on any team. That's just how good Jon Stewart is. And I still don't have his badge on him at all. I think I may have 1 point in his badge, if that. But yeah, let's get on to the next part of it. But yeah, Poison, she's a solid character and as a whole, They are very good characters. The only character that is a great individual is Cheshire. So if you're free to play right off the bat, would I tell you to invest and get the poison team? Absolutely not. Because they are very high maintenance characters. They need a ton of resources, and I feel like those resources could be better spent somewhere else. I mean, you got characters like Ocean Master, and now I would say this now, if you like your block team, free to play or pay to win, you can just take Cheshire and maybe Swamp Thing, and that's all you need. And you can make this like combo team and put whoever else you want to put in there as a DPS, or you could give it a little bit more heal or whatever you want to do. And you got an even better block team. So that's my only advice when it comes to taking characters off the poison team and using them with other teams. They seem to be the most flexible of the five characters. And maybe Penguin. I mean, maybe Penguin, but it's kind of like when it comes to Dr. Poison and Poison Ivy, it's kind of like if you're not using poison, you're not really going to benefit from them. So they just work well together, and as a unit, they're a good team. They're a solid team, but I just think they're high investment. I don't. They're not good enough as individual characters, to me at least, to want to. If I wasn't making content, to really want to invest in them, other than Cheshire, I would have still pulled for Cheshire and took her to 10 because she's just that good of a character. Swamp Thing, absolutely not. At this point, I just think he's good, but he's not great. And as a legendary character, I'm looking for great because they are very expensive to rank up. They take a lot of resources, and I don't like a character that's so resource heavy that they need all these resources in order for them to do anything normal. Like Penguin, I just don't like seeing him at rank 9 and he's still pretty squishy. I mean, that's just my perspective on it. Let me know in the comment section, how do you feel about the Poison team? Do you really like them? And I do like the team. I just think that they work best together, and other than that, they're just very high investment, and it's like, man, it's a tough pill to swallow when dealing with them. But I'm gonna show you a little bit of gameplay here. I'm not gonna hold you guys too long, but I like the team. I've been using them. I think that they're a really good team, and I I I don't have a lot to say good or bad about them other than Cheshire. So yeah, so let me show you guys my recent gameplay of them. And this is them in PvP. This is me going against another guy that's kind of like in the top 10 along with me. I fight him a lot, so it's definitely a more even match. I fast forward this match, so I don't really even know what happens during this match. This is my first time watching it with you guys, this match, so I definitely want to see what happened during this match. And I know I won it, but I don't know if Penguin survived, did Swamp Thing go down? I don't know. And I mean, at rank 9, I think you should be able to get a pretty good sample size of the team and see how good they are or aren't. And if you want to, hey, go back to my last couple live streams. I do have a lot of gameplay with this team, not only in arena and in lead arena. I've also pushed the main stage story too, and I've done other content using the poison team. So just take that into consideration. I have played with this team a lot, and I think they're great for all that. All the content in the game is just, man, they're still really high high investments. And if I'm gonna invest that much, I think about characters like Wonder Woman, Superman, DCU, just more flexible characters. Kid Flash, Zatanna, Raven, especially when I'm thinking about Bash 30s and stuff like that. I don't really think about Penguin or Poison Ivy, if that makes sense. So yeah, guys, I think the Poison team is a solid team, but once again, if you're free to play, would I suggest you to summon for this team? Absolutely not. I don't think that they will. I mean, as a collective, yeah, they'll be good, but as a free to play player, you don't get enough resources to really build a team like this. Even though I'm pay to win and a dolphin, I still don't have them fully built out. They work okay. And I think for a team like this, they should be a little bit better than what they are, even with low investments. And that's why I can't really recommend them as a team to free to play, especially the free to play player. Now, if you're a play to play player and you just want a really good solid team that's gonna wreck stuff, hey man, go for it. They're great, but in 2 or 3 weeks, are you gonna have buyer's remorse when they drop another shield character? And then the poison team not gonna work as good anymore? That's what you're gonna have to think about, and I've already been thinking about that. I'm like, "Man, this is gonna suck that when they release this new character, they're gonna probably, drop that and bring back the Lantern team, and then the Lantern team is gonna stomp the Poison team, just like the Poison team came and they usually beat the Sacrifice team if you have your team built up, but it's kinda like, dang, the team don't really get a whole season or their time to shine is very quick. It's a very quick window. So yeah, hopefully they just bring like a couple characters, maybe one character, because we already got Green Lantern guy, we got Hal Jordan, we have Jessica Cruz, we have John Stewart. So hopefully we only get like maybe one character. Hopefully they don't bring like three brand new characters that needs to be fully built up because I'm kind of a little bit tapped out of resources, and it would be nice to be able to just pass and not really have to focus on building a team, a brand new team, and I can just continue to work on this team and fine tune them, and then I can fully bring out their power and their potential, and I could bring you guys another review of this team because I do plan on taking them all the 10 and investing more into them, and I want to make sure I give you guys the very best gameplay and viewpoint for this team because I don't want you guys to invest in something that you didn't have to invest in. And if I wasn't making content, and I do love to make content for you guys, and I will continue to do that. So yeah, that's all I have to say for this guy. And let me know if you guys are gonna get this team or you're not gonna get this team. But as always, if you picking up what I'm putting down, like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, I have a giveaway going on. So once we get to 1,000 subs, hey man, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch. I really want to do that. So make sure you guys subscribe, like the video, and leave comments and let me know what you guys think. And till next time, two time XP out.